a bit of interesting news popped up on my Twitter feed this afternoon when I woke up. Apparently, massive Twitch streamer and OnlyFans star Amouranth had her main OnlyFans account completely breached, and the threat actor was attempting to extract, I think it was like 900 grand out of her account. Now, a lot of this seems pretty standard. We don't have a lot of details about it. Let me make that clear. But there was a response that she had to someone within the comments that I thought was pretty interesting and brought this more into a cybersecurity context, if you will. So let's go ahead and take a look. So getting into the actual tweet right here, this was posted to Amouranth's personal Twitter account at WildKate. Quote: "So my OF account that was carrying a 900K balance, Jesus, not yet withdrawn, was hacked last night. This is the notice after they tried to add their bank info. You know, I'm kind of hoping that I noticed the word tried. Hopefully it wasn't successful, and OnlyFans has that logged somewhere, because I'm pretty sure I don't know of any banks that allow you to open up an account with at least like showing some sort of PII, whether that's like your ID or passport or something like that. So hopefully they have that logged, and they'll be able to catch this dude with a quickness. Moving on though, of course everyone's offering their condolences. Someone actually brought up hardware 2FA, which, I mean, props for knowing what that is. That's arguably one of the most secure multi-factor authentication methods out there. Mainly for context, there are these things called YubiKeys, which is probably the most common implementation of hardware 2FA, which is actually what they mentioned right here. The thing that makes it so secure, I don't think there's a way to spoof them yet. I don't know of any off the top of my head, but the biggest thing is it's something you carry, and it's something that only you have. It's not accessible to the internet or anything like that, unlike say an authenticator app or anything like that. So if OnlyFans supports that, that's actually kind of huge. Anyway, moving down, this is where things get interesting, because right here, this is in response to someone who is asking about the 2FA process on OnlyFans, and Amouranth responds here, quote, "I had 2FA. This went through." Now, this is where things get very, very interesting, because a lot of people think of 2FA as like, the lock to the Palisades, right? It's supposed to be like this completely impenetrable thing, but that's not necessarily true. And earlier today, I was looking through the MFA methods that OnlyFans supports, and from what I saw, they really only support SMS 2FA and authenticator app MFA. Now, one's better than the other, but they're not completely foolproof. Like we'll start with SMS 2FA, because, well, that's probably the easier target in this case. SMS 2FA has a bit of a reputation for being a little bit insecure, mainly due to the unencrypted nature of just text messaging in general. It's completely unencrypted when it goes over the wire. Now that's a bit, I wouldn't say it's a misnomer. Like, it's true, it's completely unencrypted when it goes over the wire, but you gotta have more sophistication than your typical threat actor, right? So the most common way that this could be intercepted is through something called a Stingray, which is used by law enforcement to intercept text messages, phone calls, etc., etc. But those are like 30 grand off the shelf, and it takes a good bit of tradecraft to try and develop a similar technology yourself. Well, not develop, but just put the hardware together in order to intercept text messages. So it's a bit of an obscurity thing, but it's still better than nothing. Now, the other methods are a lot louder. We'll say loud in the sense that as soon as something happens, odds are you will know about it. Like, take for example, there's another method out there. It's called SIM swapping, where the threat actor will attempt to social engineer your cell service provider to try and get a new SIM card put onto your phone number. Now, this is loud as shit because, to my knowledge, only one SIM can be on a single phone number, like it's a one-to-one bind. So as soon as that gets switched over, they'll deactivate yours, and you're going to be asking a lot of questions as to why your phone doesn't have service anymore. So if she didn't know about this at all, I can almost guarantee it wasn't SIM swapping. The next one we could probably move on to is just straight up social engineering, which, you know, you will know about also because you'll have some random dude texting you or emailing you, etc., asking you to relay over this MFA code that they send you via text message. And you know, that's just inherently loud because, like I said, you're directly interacting with the threat actor. Moving over to the authenticator device or the authenticator app, this is anything from like Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator, Salesforce Authenticator if you're weird. Also, what does Twitch use? I think it's called Twilio. Yeah, that the most consistent way I've seen success within bypassing that specific, or those specific apps right there rather, is something called MFA fatigue. Now you'll notice this one because as soon as someone gets your password and then they try to log into your account and they get to the MFA challenge, they will literally sit there for hours and hours and hours on end, just clicking resend MFA challenge, resend MFA challenge, resend MFA challenge. And of course that will overload your phone at some point. Now, that's not gonna like cause the app to like fail open or anything, nothing like that. But what'll end up happening is it actually takes a toll on the user to the point where they either press accept to make it stop, or they accidentally click accept or something like that, etc. Or in the case of Microsoft Authenticator, you'll just like put your thumbprint down and, you know, game over. Now you might be thinking that would never work, Spicy. Why are you bringing this up? Well, it's because it does work. Ask Uber, ask Cisco, ask, I think Microsoft also got popped, or at least like a section of it got hacked just because the threat actor got some creds for one of the employees and just shotgunned it. It was kind of funny, but that's also a method they could use. And like I said before, every single one of those methods is very, very noticeable when they're being attempted. So, and she didn't say, well, she didn't say she saw anything. All she said was this went through. And of course, I'm just assuming that she didn't know about it. Now, the last thing, and this is rare, mind you, this is very, very rare. It requires a lot of sophistication, a lot of time investment also. This could be an MFA bypass on OnlyFans. I'm not going to say it is because I don't know. If there is, I'm hoping OnlyFans is on top of that. But short answer is there are vulnerabilities in web applications like OnlyFans, where there are certain things that you can do to actually bypass MFA. And of course, these are exploits. These are flaws in the code. They would have to find these and patch them so this doesn't happen in the future. This is not intended functionality. So I'm really hoping that that's not the case. It would be massive if that actually was the case. And I'm hoping I don't know if OnlyFans has a vulnerability disclosure program, but if they do, I'm hoping first of all, someone does not find anything like that, because hopefully that means that type of vulnerability doesn't exist. But if it does exist, I do hope it gets found quickly so we don't have to, you know, see instances like this where 900 grand is possibly compromised. What are the main takeaways? Like, what are the main lessons that we can learn from this? We'll call it an incident. To be honest with you, I don't know, because there's still a lot of details that we don't know. The best advice that I can give is to continue using 2FA because, like I said, if something goes awry there, you will probably know about it. And just with the initial password use, don't reuse passwords. I personally recommend using something of a password manager. Like me personally, I use Bitwarden, love it to death. This is not sponsored, but just the use of a password manager will allow you to easily create a different password for every single account that you use. So just in case one of your accounts does get caught up in a breach, it's only that password that's compromised. And there's also a way you can check if your email has been caught up in some sort of breach somewhere. It's called haveibeenpwned.com. It's great. I use it at work all the time. Again, not sponsored. It's a very, very effective tool to let you know whether or not like you need a password change. And like I said, with password manager, it's just one click, new password, and then you go change the password on whatever site you're looking at. But beyond that, continue to use MFA. That's a spam call. Continue to use multi-factor authentication, even if it's just SMS 2FA. It's still something. You know what I mean? It's still that extra layer of protection, however thin. And just be careful out there, guys. I don't know what to tell you beyond that. That'll be it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe. Follow my Twitch, follow my Twitter, all that stuff. Links are down in the description. And yeah, I'll see you the next time something gets popped. Take it easy, all right?